Have a
Welcome to the Tush Twins, heard exclusively on MalcolmPresents.com, a streaming platform heard around the world, around the universe, and around any place you want to. And I have these two crazy cheeks. Hi, I'm Malcolm Berman, which I'm a cheek auxiliary.
you're an auxiliary
Yeah, you
cheek.
are.
You're an
You're the
auxiliary.
middle.
You're an
You're
auxiliary.
But we
Malcolm
have
in the middle.
Maxine,
Malcolm in the middle.
Maxine, who we call Max, and Paula, who we call lots of things.
Rusty.
Rusty.
Right, because
Rusty.
well, I'm Maxine, not Maxine. I'm not Maxine.
Maxine.
And, I guess that's Castilian. It would be Maxine. Right?
Castilian. ¿Cómo te amo?
Como te amo. I'm very bad at any of that. And you are who?
Who, me?
Yeah,
yes,
who are
you.
No, who
I'm
are you?
Paula
Yeah.
Rose, a.k.a. Rusty, a.k.a. Auntie Cuckoo, a.k.a.
the redhead.
Queen of everything.
She's
Okay,
the queen of effing everything.
Now that we finished with that,
although
what are we
Ruthie still is the queen.
What are we talking about this week?
I don't know. We were trying to figure
I have
out.
no idea.
We're going everywhere from leap year to which turns out to be a presidential election year, which turns out to be a summer Olympic year, which is in Paris this year.
And I would like everyone to help John Oliver fund money to pay.
Yeah, you make some donate. I don't know.
Donate to John Oliver.
He's one of a kind, man. I love that guy.
We have to donate. We have to donate for Donald Trump.
That's right.
No,
to pay his legal bills.
Yeah,
no.
You gonna buy some sneakers?
No.
Yeah, what, $400 for the golden
$400 for gold sneakers, and I saw on various social media that they're calling it the treason sneakers. I don't know. I'm not touching any of this. I am staying apolitical as we speak.
I still want Clarence Thomas to quit so he could get $1 million a year.
Right.
And I will help.
And an RV. How much is that? How much do you think that RV looked like? Really expensive.
Those RVs are about $200,000.
That one is more.
It depends on what they're set up with.
This one is like super. I mean, that 100,000 is probably nothing.
All those would donate to John Oliver if Clarence Thomas quits in the next 30 days. Raise your hand.
I'm raising my hand. Is he asking for money?
No, he says he's doing it himself, but I think we should all help. I know, but I think we should help him.
I don't know.
We should help him.
All right. Well, I'm sure.
Give him a quarter a month.
Call him, call him up and find out. I don't know.
Well, speaking of ridiculous things, before we go into anything else,
we're always doing ridiculous.
Did you hear the Alabama court saying that embryos are people?
Right. Yeah. Did you know that? They can come out and walk.
I see.
The only thing I can
Excuse me. I heard that this morning and I'm like, huh?
I don't. It is so preposterous that you can't even comment because I don't even want to give these people like any.
Nah, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to give them time.
The Alabama Supreme Court ruled that frozen embryos can be considered children under state law.
Yeah.
So what do they do now with them? They have to incubate them?
What do they do? Buy them Legos? I mean,
but I wonder if you can claim them as a dependence then.
Yeah, you can get a tax deduction. So you can freeze 20 embryo, freeze them all, and then get a tax deduction.
I have 20 kids. They're kids. You said they are.
Right. How? I don't know. I don't even know.
I think the world is getting crazier and crazier as I'm getting older.
I mean, who are these people? I just no, I'm not going to go there. But anyway,
as we're talking about, what do we know? I haven't looked it up. What do we know about leap year? How did that come into effect? Did we have any knowledge?
I didn't get too much knowledge on a leap year. There's extra hours or extra days or extra. I guess they try to compensate for a time,
yeah, it's to make
and
the years,
that's
yeah.
right. So to
Make it
balance
even.
out I mean, I don't know. To me, I think of when I think of leap year, I think of ballerinas.
You think of who?
Ballerinas, ballet.
Yeah, and relevé.
They leap everywhere. I mean, they leap
But
across the stage.
it must be weird to be born on February 29th.
Yeah.
Wandy is born February 29th. He's officially 10 years old, but if you count all the years, he's 40.
Yeah.
Who was born on the
When do they
29th?
celebrate their
Wandy,
birthday?
He was born on the
Wandy,
20. Oh,
9th, February 29th.
Yeah, my son was born February
really?
26th,
Every
so he
4 years, I give him a present on the 29th.
yeah, but they celebrated on the 1st, March 1st.
Either
Generally.
one. He
Okay.
celebrates on the 28th.
I'll read you the definition here. A leap year is a calendar year that contains an additional day compared to a common year. The 366th day is added to keep the calendar year synchronized, like we said, with the astronomical year or seasonal year. So
Astrological.
it says astronomical. So every 4 years, they add that extra day. And February is the shortest month no matter what, even if it's not the 29th day. But yeah, if you're born on a leap year, I mean, you're what do you put down on your license? I
The
guess you have to put
29th.
the 29th. But then again, the following year, the 29th doesn't exist. So you're I don't know. Let's maybe we should find some people who were born on leap year and get their
Well,
how they deal with it.
I think instead of having the 29th, what they should do is every 4 years we should have a date that is no date. It's blank.
A blank date?
Right.
That would
The
screw up.
29th would be blank.
That would
There'd be no
screw up
date.
too much. The computers and AI would short out. They wouldn't know what to do with themselves.
What?
Like they
But
thought in
what?
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 Well,
I'm sorry.
the 2000, right? Everyone thought it was going to
Oh my
crash.
God. Just before it turned, everyone was
Uh,
so nervous about their
The
computer
computers.
blowing up.
And it was a nothing burger.
It was so funny. I didn't
Well,
believe in it.
again, once every 4 years, we should have a day that you could do anything you want. It doesn't count.
I thought that
Okay,
was your
the
birthday.
29th. That's what you, what's that?
I thought
That's my
that's your
birthday.
Anybody's birthday, you should do whatever you want. So what,
And I do.
so run around and go crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, but you do that every day.
Yeah, this is also true.
Yes. Yes,
Well,
I do.
what is a
Now,
leap?
actually, what you had given me notes, what we really want to talk about, and
I don't know. Do we? At this point, I'm leaping away.
it's
I was,
Leaping away.
it's
I was,
loneliness, the deterioration of neighborhoods
well,
and
I was
family
thinking
unity.
about, because an article, some kind of an article came up about, people not being with their families because everyone lives different places, different parts of the country, different parts of the world. And it used to be, when we were growing up, all of us, that our family was nearby. I mean, I had
Yes.
my
Yeah, the
grandma was with
grandmother.
us, and she was, either living in, with us or living in an apartment in the bungalow in the back of my old house. She
Yes,
had her own little
I missed
spot.
that.
Remember that? And
Hmm.
and so
Thank
we were
God
able
she was there.
Right. We were in so much trouble so many times. If my grandmother wasn't
Thank
there,
you,
we'd
Grandma.
probably be in jail at 10. I think 10 years old. I don't know.
Thank God,
So,
Grandma.
yeah, and then I had my other grandmother who was down the block,
Mhm.
down where our buddy Mel used to live, 27,
Yeah, but then they moved to
27.
Florida.
Yes, then my grandmother moved to Florida for health,
Both.
and I got my grandma shitty heart, pardon my French.
Yeah.
The
No,
heart is on my dad's side.
from New York to Florida is known as a Jewish migration.
Right,
It
exactly.
used to be, not anymore.
Not anymore, because
No.
well,
Who's
that was
Just the
going there?
Cuban.
now
Cubans.
that was first generation, because I know my family, they came at the turn of the 1900s.
Right.
And
My
what
grandmother
happened
came.
is, like the grandfather and the grandparents, lived with, like the older daughter or the older son.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them, when they moved here, they moved within maybe like a farthest a 10-mile radius of each other. Like
Yeah, not even. It's probably closer
like
than
like
that.
most of my relatives lived in Brooklyn.
Yeah, all my relatives live
Yeah.
in
All my
Brooklyn.
relatives
No,
lived
no,
in Brooklyn.
I had two relatives that lived in Manhattan, two uncles that we really never saw.
Hmm.
But
Well, I saw my
My
uncle.
grandparents,
Yeah, go ahead.
my grandmother and grandfather lived around the corner from me in Beach Haven.
Mm-hmm.
And then when my grandfather remarried, he moved to Manhattan by the Cloisters, Upper
Right.
West Side. And then my other grandfather lived on Ocean Parkway in Webster.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, my grandparents, meaning my grandmother, my mom's side, remarried, and Papa Lou was my grandfather.
Hmm.
He was my grandfather.
I
I mean,
love Papa
I
Lou.
met my paternal grandfather one time in California, uh, and
I remember that.
yeah, that was quite the thing. But generally, what's happening is, there's a lot of people living apart from family, and
Hmm.
they're saying that there's a huge increase in loneliness because they're not making. I mean, we grew up with our aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, and then aside from that, we had the 10 couples that our
We
parents
had the
were friends
group.
with. We had a group of people and friends who would keep an eye on us. We'd go into their homes, like, no
We just
unannounced,
walk
no,
in and
right. You
go, I'm
walk in,
hungry. What do you have?
right. You have food, we had so many people, the Pulevskis, the Pitts, the Stones, it just went on and on. We had Murph, we had all the Maliks. There were so many. There were
Yeah,
literally about 10, you think? If we had to
Jerry,
name,
yes.
we had to name them all. There was just
Paula, do
so
me a
many
favor.
people.
Fix your picture. You're in the bottom corner.
No,
Yeah.
she just
That's
Better?
moving.
bad.
But we were like literally, they were like our second, third, fourth,
Mhm.
fifth
Family.
parents.
Well,
Yeah.
their neighborhood people tended to, or I think so. I was raised like the late 40s, 50s, 60s, and people seem to stay at one place longer.
Hmm.
There
Yeah.
wasn't as much moving around.
Well, I used to go to Maxine's. I lived on Brighton's second place, and it was just a half a block up, and it was like a 3-minute walk from my house to yours. And sometimes I go through Brighton First Street
Hmm.
because I don't know, for some reason, I
They
knew
all
Ray
knew.
would be sitting, they would be sitting
Mrs.
outside, and
Blue,
I would come by, and they
Lottie
would go,
Paris, all
yeah,
all those people, the
the
Stones.
Stones.
It would be, you walk by on Brighton First Street.
Yep.
They knew who you were. They knew your parents. They knew everything about you. They
But Ray
knew
would always say, you want something to eat? You got
you
some
want,
cake.
right. You have
And
to
I would
eat.
go, okay.
We wouldn't turn down cookies or cake. There was no way. But they knew all the kids. All the kids were
Yeah.
known by everybody on that
And we
block.
knew their
And
kids.
we knew their kids, and it was
Don't
a
forget the
lot,
Masons,
the Masons,
Well, it
yeah,
seems like everything,
Dwarfs.
yeah,
the
everything
dwarfs.
was sort of friendly. Like was raised in Coney Island, all the way to the end by the tip end by Seagate.
Hmm.
One of the main commercial drags was Mermaid Avenue.
Knew
Mm-hmm.
it very well.
And I could walk from Mermaid Avenue to 30, which were 37th Street, almost down to the 20s, where the amusement started. And all the
Right.
shopkeepers knew me
Mm-hmm.
because
Sure.
the people, own the same businesses. So when you went
Right.
shopping, they knew you, they knew your
They knew
parents.
you.
Right. I knew when I went to, it was Jaime's, actually was a picture of
Hymies.
it.
You remember
If
Hymies?
I walked, I would walk in there before school because I'd walk to 253, right?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
what are you having today? Because, if I said I want a salami on a roll with
No
some
mayo.
pickle. No,
No
nothing
mayo,
on it. Just
no.
mustard,
That's the Woody
mustard.
Allen. That's the Woody Allen movie. I think
Right,
Annie
Woody Allen
Hall,
movie.
where
Yeah, with the
she orders
potato
salami on
chips.
white bread with mayonnaise.
Right,
Ugh,
mayonnaise. Oh, yeah, it was
no,
like, don't ever do that. He was like,
no.
but he knew, what I wanted. They would pack it
Yeah,
up for me. My parents would then pay. He'd
yeah.
write it down, and
And then you
pay.
go back a little. I go to the supermarket. Sometimes I go over there and I get food and I go to your house on the way to your house.
Right, absolutely.
And I didn't have cash on me, never had cash. And
Mhm.
he put it down. My parents would come once a week
Yeah.
and pay.
Right, exactly.
And also as kids, when I went to school, all the classes, I knew the kids because some of the kids went with, we had the same classes, from the ages from, the first grade going through, we graduated high school. It
Same
was the
with
same
me
kids that
from
went to
nursery
class with
school.
me.
we had
Yeah,
we have
from my thing, it was PS 188, Mark Twain Junior High School, or junior high school there, not middle school, and Lincoln. I had a lot of the same kids that went with me for those 12 years.
And I'm
yeah
still friends with them.
we know
Maxine.
we know. Oh, do I know somebody? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just it's really good to know
But
that
we knew each other before school.
my son's closest friend is getting married,
Yep,
and
Ryan.
he's Ryan. He's the best man. Elon is the best man, and they've known each other since they're 5. So that's like a really, and he's friends with a lot of, a number of the guys from up here, but the burbs is a whole different ballgame. You got to drive them everywhere. Sure, there's
Yeah,
some
no,
kids
we
that
didn't
would
have
come
that.
over, and you had certain kids, a couple of kids down the block, but it's not the same. It is definitely not the same.
No,
You
because
have to go to an activity. You have to be, you have to go in the car. You have to drive the kids or arrange another person to drive the kids. It's just not the same.
no, it's not the same as we were growing up. I used to
Well,
yell out,
I got luck.
Maxine, come out and play.
Right.
I lucked out in a way because I moved to California, which was which was not, none of my family moved out here. As I say,
Right.
all of them moved. It's basically Delray, Florida. If you want my family, call up Delray.
To find them, huh?
When I speak to them, but I can speak to them on Zoom. Uh, but when I moved out here and I married, my wife, she's first generation.
Hmm.
She's from El Salvador, and basically when her family moved here, they did it like my family. They all lived within like a 5-10 mile radius.
Right.
Because that's how you feel comfortable, and that's how you
Right.
also, you have family you can count on. You have family who can take care of your kid, help take care of your kids.
Take
I
care of
mean,
your dogs.
right, my parents moved because my dad, Dr. Pollock said you got to move. You
I
got to go to
remember.
Florida. The winter's not good for your health. And they moved, so I was here. And then my brothers moved to California. So that whole group, that whole little cohesive circle just
And your
went
grandma moved to
on,
Florida.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was the one here. I was the New Yorker.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
they had tried to get me to move to California. Phil, I mean, I can't tell you how many times. Like, come on, stop it already.
But
Just get your
as I say, I lucked out in a way because again, my kids really lucked out because their grandmother lives here. As
Yeah.
right.
And as a matter of fact, she helped raise them when they were young, so both of them are fluent in Spanish.
Yeah.
And
That's
their
good.
aunts and uncles are there, and they have that unity. Now, with my family, now it's like the second and third generations. They live,
Sure.
the cousins still live together in Florida, but their kids live all over the map.
Right. People all over the place. I
And
mean,
and even though I may not know them, I may never have met them. My second and third cousins,
Yeah.
I keep contact with them through the internet.
mhm,
Yes, me
They
too.
all on Facebook.
right. Well,
That was when their
yes, which is
birthday
now
is.
the Altacaca network.
Yeah.
The youngins
Yes,
don't go
no.
there. They go to TikTok.
Well, take that.
They
Yeah, but they
they
still
go to
keep in contact. Yeah.
Instagram. They don't Facebook is
Now, well,
For
yeah,
the Alta
it's
Cockers.
more
Delta Cocker.
boomer world now, I think.
But what I can't see is texting. I like talking to people on the phone.
I do
Mm.
too, but there's some people that just so annoy me and in this way, because you say, in my own way, my brain is going blah, 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 but my text is going, oh, thank you so much for contacting me.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Me too.
Bye-bye.
I'm the same way as you. I mean, I could talking, yeah, is good, but sometimes it's like,
I just
no,
don't want to
just
talk.
you just like we can wrap this up. Blah blah blah. Ta ta. See ya.
Shalom.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Enjoy your evening. Shalom. It's but now you're a realtor. Have you? I know I've been seeing
I am.
articles about. Are you real or are you
I'm a
fake?
real
You're real.
amateur.
All right. Well, you're a real estate agent person, and I just
Yes.
noticed that there's a lot of the realtors and builders are now think because people are starting to ask for multi-generational houses that the actual kids can stay on, the parents can stay, and then they have an area for the grandparents who might
It's
need to
called the
have.
mother-daughter house, and I have only a few. Most people,
No,
they
they're
don't want they don't
they're
want the double, the two-family homes, three-family homes.
well,
Not
no,
up here.
they're building actual new kind of houses that separates the
Oh, I've
people,
seen them.
and it's called multi-generational housing, and it's realtors and home buyers are starting to ask realtors about it, and developers and builders are starting to build it in more places so that you the sandwich generation, and I mean I was the sandwich generation.
The
You're taking
sandwich
care of
generation.
a parent,
Sandwich.
Oh,
and you're taking care of the kid at the same time. You're dealing with two entities
Both.
that are
Mhm.
different.
yeah.
So
I always, growing up in the age of John Kennedy, I always wanted a compound.
a compound.
Get a few
Mhm.
acres of land and build several houses on there and have a house for me, a house for my brother, a house for my mother.
Right. Well, actually, I saw, I can't find, I don't know where the article is, but there were a number of people, there was this bunch of women who were best friends, and they
Mhm.
decided they wanted to live near each other, and they bought like 6 houses near in like on a lot, and they were building houses so they can smaller houses so
Mhm.
they can be together.
Yeah,
That's cool. Want to get a
That's
house?
cool.
the
As soon
closest I
as
ever
their
got to,
guys are gone,
I think
instantaneous.
closest me and my family got to that is buying plots in cemeteries.
Oh,
Oh,
great. I can't wait to hear that. That's a fantastic comeback.
Well, well, well,
well, we're gonna eventually live together. Who
are
knows
your parents
where?
living
How many
together?
years?
Are your parents not living? Are they together in a plot?
No,
No.
My parents are.
no,
Mm.
no. Because when my
Mine are.
father passed away in 1973, my grandfather, because we had no idea my father was gonna go that quick, and he put him in his lodge cemetery, and I have no idea where it is to this day. It's somewhere near your father. But
Yeah, it's not far.
no, I have to go take a walk around.
You should come when I visit my mom and
And my
dad.
mom is in
Near
Valhalla,
me. Her mom is near
right
me. I
near,
should really go
but
over
she's
there.
buried in a place where she got cremated, so that for the Jews, there's one section there that you could be buried and be cremated.
Well, I just signed up with me and my wife for Neptune Society.
I don't know if I
What's
would.
the Neptune
What I'm
Neptune
Society?
afraid.
Society is
I'm very
cremation.
afraid.
Oh,
Okay.
Is
Okay.
they they give you well now I have a telephone number, so I call them
Yeah.
up.
Earth the
And
Malcolm. Earth the
yeah,
Malcolm. Come
well, I
in,
don't call them up.
Malcolm.
They come up, they pick up your body.
mm-hmm.
They get a guest.
Why?
They get it. But this is it's a practical thing. They get a death certificate. They notify
I'm
Social
afraid of
Security.
fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, well,
would you rather
you
be
didn't start
would
the
you rather be put
fire.
in a box and put 6 feet under the ground and have dirt go over you?
Oh, now you could be buried with a tree. You
I
could be
want to be
buried
buried with the
as a
tree.
tree. You could have
I
a
want,
green burial, and just there's the green burials now, which is
Yeah,
becoming very popular.
no, I forget
that's
what
what
it
I
is.
want.
It's called a hydro something or other, but you're burnt, but it's a certain, no, they put chemicals on you or something that
So
your
no,
body
this is chemical free.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is gross.
that your body disintegrates
Excuse me.
to minerals.
Why are we
It,
doing this? Stop. I don't
But,
want to hear this. This is not what I want to hear.
it's life. It's a preparation.
I'm not preparing for
I'm
anything.
not prepared for it
Yeah,
yet,
me
so
too. Like
I'm not ready for it.
yeah, no,
But
not.
I want to be buried by a tree, and I want everyone to sing. I talk to the tree.
And then we
And
can
I
have
still
all,
don't
and then we
listen.
can have all
and,
the doggies pee on it.
yeah, and then you get the dogs,
That's okay.
yeah,
That's
okay,
fine.
Sprinkles, it's over here, pee on her.
Sprinkles, you can sprinkle some right here. It's okay. It's all good. Yeah,
Does she
no.
smell familiar?
A what?
What's that?
What?
Does she smell familiar? Go sniffing at the tree. I think
Go
that's
sniff.
people.
It's mommy.
That's the name of this episode. Go sniff its mommy.
Yeah.
That's
What,
it.
or that tree smells vaguely
No,
familiar.
no, that's the episode. This is what we have to put on. Malcolm, when you post this, the title of this episode is Go Sniff Its Mommy.
Go sniff its mommy.
I think we finally went off the deep end on this one.
Getting back to family. Without,
Really? I don't know how we can, but go ahead, sure.
I have a thing with my cousins. We always got to, with the family being, close together. For the Jewish holidays, we always got together.
Yes.
Okay.
It's with the
So
grandfather.
did we.
Well, no grandmothers, grandfathers.
My grandmother, Mama Nettie, would cook. She was an incredible cook. I mean,
I remember some of your Mama
I mean, there was
stuff.
nothing that she didn't make that wasn't fabulous. And she would
I-
do Passover, and there were like 30 people. And then, Papaloo, it would be 2 hours of stuff before we got to eat. And the kids, we would always like, what's going on here? We like starving. And I vowed to never, ever, ever have that happen at my Passovers. And people can eat something before, have an appetizer, wait for we do the service. And the kiddos have food, like finger food.
God, I just remember not eating anything by 10 o'clock after sipping the wine as a kid. My Uncle Abe, Rabbi.
Oh God. Right.
Oh, I was under the table laughing.
Right. I know.
Like now.
There was nothing you can do. There was nothing you can do. It was like,
I'll take some more of the matzah with the apple stuff, and I put it on and miss my hands.
I never knew my grandmothers. Both of them had passed. Well, one passed when I was about 2 years old, but we always had. My grandfather lived with my Aunt Gussie.
So, I had an Aunt Gussie.
Everybody had an Aunt Gussie.
Aunt Gussie.
So,
my grandfather's twin sister.
Oh, Aunt Gussie.
I didn't have Aunt Gussie. Sorry.
So all the Jewish holidays, we went to my Aunt Gussie's house. There must have been like 30 people because there were 7 brothers and sisters. All of them had 2, 3 kids.
Oh God.
And Aunt Gussie prepared it. And she
didn't have a caterer like now.
No. I always talk to my cousin Susan. Like when we were kids, there were 3 separate tables. One for the aunts and uncles of our great aunts and uncles, the older ones.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the parent table. Then you had the children's table.
The parent trap table. Yep.
And so there were 3 separate tables again. One the older, one our parents, and then us. Then soon we became the parent table. So we had then our aunts and uncles, us,
right,
and our kids.
It changed up.
And now we have
Zoom.
We're the Alta Caca tables. We're the old table. Then they're the kids' tables and the grandkids' tables.
It's all right.
So,
during COVID, I did Zoom Passovers with.
Yes,
I did some with you. I did with my brother and sister-in-law and the crew, and California with with Josh. We did Zoom Passovers during COVID.
I did that.
So I
And
said Zoom, I wasn't kidding. You know, that's
Yeah,
what
well,
we
but
do.
they were shorter and shorter.
Well,
Because
we
now
have the
they
10
have one,
minutes.
it's called a 10-minute one.
Yeah, I
It's like
have
a
that.
Jerry Seinfeld episode. So
I
what's
that's
this thing with matzah?
right. We do the 10-minute one. That's what
Yeah,
we
that's
do.
what we do now.
That's what it's down to. We do
It
the
used to be
10-minute
30
service.
minutes. Oh,
Right.
but the best part is I got a container and then we start saying about the plagues. I take out the locusts, I throw them
Oh,
at
right.
people.
Yeah, they
hit them
have
in the face and they
for the
just hang
kids.
down.
Yeah, we had that, especially when the kids
the-
were a
the-
little younger.
there ain't holidays like they used to be.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I like
it's
it now better.
different, you know,
No,
the
I
2 minute
I like
Seder. I mean,
I like the unity.
you
I
know,
like the
I love,
I like when my wife's families get together.
yeah, well,
I like when my family gets together
That's
too.
like the old time.
but
We
for
don't
my
do it that
family,
often, but
I have to go to California for the most part, or
mhm,
upstate now.
yeah.
There's no literally anyone in my immediate area, like
Me
zero.
too.
There's just zero.
Well, there's Paula.
So,
She's not too far away.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
my
I'm
yeah.
gonna travel over the, yes, I'm coming over.
When you were supposed to go to
Anyway,
your sister-in-law's and they said they weren't doing it,
Oh,
I
because she
called you
got COVID.
immediately to come
Yeah,
right over.
we were supposed to go up to Saratoga, and 2 days before, everyone's all ready to go. We made plans for the dog, this and that, and then she called. I mean, you
I
know,
got
we told
COVID.
she had COVID,
Uh,
and
uh,
that was that.
Anyway, guys, do you realize our half hour is up?
Yeah, because
Uh-uh.
we had more fun than a barrel of
Burn, baby,
monkeys.
burn.
And
Do,
just
do, do
remember
ba-
the name of this episode is Go Sniff,
Is
It's Mommy. Go Sniff, It's Mommy.
mommy.
Guys, bye.
I'm not kidding.
Shalom.
See you
It's
next
been the
week.
Tush twins on
Well,
steroids today, so enjoy.
I'll tell you,
And
I'm
remember,
gonna send
go
the show to
sniff,
you.
it's mommy.
Right.
You share it to your friends. Say
Share it to everybody, and remember the title is Go Sniff, It's Mommy.
It's
No,
mommy.
but Go Sniff, It's Mommy.
bye.
Go sniff, it's mommy. Bye-bye.
I've had
Bye
enough of
bye.
this. Bye.